Now on the other side of your paper, you have a square, and this is kind of like a picture frame. Do I have your paper? No, I'll give you a new one.
Oh, yeah.
Since he wrote, I want you to keep your thing so you can read it home. Yeah, that square right there on your paper. So these are the things. The triangle supports us towards God, and then this is kind of like a. Thank you. The other thing is like a picture frame, and it's supported on each side. So if you have your family in the middle, these are the things that support the family. So first thing was modeling. So we talked about how you model. The next thing is time. Now, that's our biggie. We say we don't have time. And I'm going to read you a little thing out of this.
I see you got one of those. I
Yeah.
have a couple
I have
myself.
one,
I love them, yeah,
I
yeah.
love 'em.
All right, this was May. You tend to make mental checklists of things you need to do in order to gain control of your life. I'm a big list maker.
Me too.
If only you could check everything off that list, then you could just relax and you could be at peace.
Well, they keep adding to the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah, but the more you work to accomplish that goal, the more things that crop up on your list. The harder you try, the more frustrated you become. There is a better way to find security in this life. Instead of scrutinizing that checklist, focus your attention on God, and this continual contact with God will keep you in His peace. Moreover, God will help you, this is important, sort out what is important and what is not important, what needs to be done and what really doesn't need to be done. For your eyes are not on what is seen, but your eyes should be on what is not seen, which is God. So when you turn to prayer, you're refocusing yourself back onto God and letting all those other things go. Sometimes we just say to ourselves, don't have time to do one more thing. But you have to let the clock and the calendar serve you and not you serve the clock and the calendar. You do not have time to do things. You make time to do the things you feel are important.
That's right.
So keep that in mind. You don't really have time. You're right. You don't have time. But you will make time to do the things that are important. And those are the things that you value. I will make time to do those things. And I'm going to do them. And you will do them. All right, here you go, Miss on the phone. Now, I forget when, I should have wrote down when this study was done. There's a study that shows adults spend, now there's 24 hours in a day, over 10 and a half hours on the phone a day, or on some device. 10 and a half hours.
That's not me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I can see exactly.
Yeah.
Neither my
10
battery
shows.
already did.
Yeah, so let's see how
I said, I
many.
don't, because my battery always goes dead.
Let's see how many Elizabeth got.
So So yeah, I mean, this is the moment of truth. I've been on it an hour and 16 minutes today already.
Uh-huh.
Last week average was, it just went away.
Where do you find it? Where are you?
Are you on the iPhone?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so where your home screen is,
Yeah.
then scroll one more over.
Yeah, maybe she can show you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
go
sort
ahead.
of. Tell us how many.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're anxious.
so then it will
Get your
tell you
average.
exactly how long I spend on Facebook, on my
Oh.
calendar, messages,
Oh.
Netflix.
Now you probably use your phone for
She uses-
appointments and stuff,
she
though,
uses it for
don't you?
everything.
For
Yeah.
this is my business phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I was
There it is.
Yeah, before I would just be on Facebook for hours.
Yeah.
And so I set a timer that it will remind me at 15 minutes.
Oh,
and so
nice.
then I have to make a choice. Am I going to do another 15
Oh,
minutes or am I
good,
going
that's
to get
a
off?
good, there's a good plan.
Yeah.
And so it's
You have to
cut
break that
back
habit. Yeah, I mean, it's a habit.
2 hours a day off of my time.
And what was your time?
Total.
I was like at 6 hours a day,
Okay.
and I'm
Yeah.
down to
Well, this is like an average. I mean, of the United States, I guess. I don't know who did, but 10 and a half hours daily on some kind of device.
I had to take Facebook off my desktop. I have to make a special effort to go in and look at it, so I don't go into it nearly as much, and I don't respond nearly as
Yeah.
much. But,
They say teenagers are on about 9 hours a day.
oh boy.
Kids 4 to 6 hours. So when you think, got 24 hours in a day, I'm on the device 10 hours a day, I sleep 7 hours a day, I eat, I go to the grocery, I drive, I take a bath, you're right, your day is full. Full. But what's it full of? It's mostly full of checking your phone, checking your computer, checking your Facebook.
This time of year, I multitask. I watch Hallmark movies while I'm on my phone.
Yeah, that's what. So she really gets a lot done, doesn't she? All right.
Yeah, I was gonna
Accomplish
put
it a
that
lot.
back, just scan that back to.
Yeah. So we're saying we don't have time, but like she said, if she could just take 2 hours off of that a day
Yeah.
and put that back into your kids or back into planning something or cooking together or doing something, that would make a huge difference in how your kids relate to you. And it just drives me crazy. My own kids drive me crazy. I sit there and they're going, Mom, and it's like they can't even hear them. And I just want to go, can't you hear them say,
Yeah.
Mom?
I know.
Get off the phone for a minute and answer them. But I'm like sitting there going, okay, stop,
Yeah.
So, and here's a biggie. With all the depression and things from COVID and all that stuff, kids who are on a device 7 hours or more a day, so the average teenager is 9, experience higher rates of depression because they're cut off from other people, they're reading all this stuff that affects them.
They feel like they're missing out on
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they're doing.
whatever that's
Yeah.
called. What's that called? Everybody's doing something. I'm doing nothing.
here I sit
I
on
forget,
my
there's
phone.
letters for that.
Oh,
There's also something called time stress. Now here's a biggie. 47% of our time is spent focusing on things from the past and predicting things that are going to happen in the future. We're not living in the present. We're thinking, oh my God, that was horrible back when that happened to me. I'm reliving this. Or, oh, I think, I'm going to do this and this and this in the future. And here's the kicker. 91.3% of the time, the things you're worrying about never happen. Never happen. So you're spending all this time, 43% of your time, worrying about the past, worrying about the future, and it ain't gonna happen.
Mhm.
So just let that all go. So we actually have extra time. So this side of our picture frame, we can do things. So what are we focusing on during this time that we can give to God? This time of our picture frame is a scheduled time. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be a little 10-minute hunk. So maybe at night you read a Bible story. Or after church you say, what'd you do in Sunday school today? What is that about? What is that thing they gave you in church? Can you tell me what that was about from church? 10 minutes that you actually plan and initiate something that's really about God. Meal times, bed times, after church times, those are all times that you can intentionally teach something about your faith and about God and how Jesus and God love them. Church is also an additional time, so that's already planned for you. So bringing them to Sunday school, bringing them to church, even at the nursery, all those things are intentional times that your church provides. Activities and get-togethers socially, and now they're trying to do a lot of things with the kids, which is great. So you don't have to be any great teacher, you don't have to be a great theologian. All you have to do is maybe find some little thing that you could talk about at supper. The grateful, thankful thing. It's a great thing to do with kids. I'm a great believer in thankfulness and gratefulness. And, even if you would say at supper time, what were you thankful for today? Or what were you grateful for today? Or at bedtime, and you could say to them, I'm so thankful I got such and such done today. And that really made me feel good, and I'm so grateful for that. To hear you say, you're modeling, to hear you say, oh, I'm so grateful for that, I'm so thankful for that, that reinforces that to them. So, like I said, you just have to share, and you just have to take that little 10-minute hunk and do something with it.